Hey folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So I know I just put out one this morning on the community stuff pack, but now I am doing another one because Sim Guru Connor made another forum post giving even more insights into this stuff pack, as well as a little sneak peek at some Create a Sim items. So Sim Guru Connor made the topic called The Sims 4 Community Voted Stuff Pack Deep Dive, Unlocking Knitted Clothing. Hello Simmers, Sim Guru Connor, lead designer for the Sims 4 Community Stuff Pack here. I hope everyone is staying safe in these crazy times. Thankfully, there's plenty of great video games out right now to keep us occupied. You know what I'm talking about. Today, let's take a deep dive into one of our new gameplay systems, the Create a Sim Knitting Unlock system. Please note that this pack is still in development and things can and will change between now and when the pack is released. As many of you know, most outfits are already unlocked by default in The Sims 4, with the exception of some clothing rewards. Most everything is readily available for all Sims to wear. This helps you tell the story you want to tell right out of the box, but I didn't feel this system was ideal for a pack designed around Sims knitting their own clothing. For knitted clothing like sweaters and beanies, Sims will have to create and unlock them through gameplay. Once you have finished crafting a knitted project, it will be in your Sims inventory. Select Add to Wardrobe to unlock that clothing piece for the entire household. So, if your knitter extraordinaire Sim knits a really fabulous sweater, everyone in their family can enjoy the fruits of their labor. I think that does sound like a pretty good balance, so even though you knit the clothing once, that does not mean every single Sim in your save is able to wear that same sweater. It's just that the same household can wear it. Sim Guru Connor then goes on to say, makes sense, right? But here's the fun part. We're making the crafted clothing visible in Create a Sim before you have unlocked it. This way, you can browse all the potential knitted items before you craft them. This will help guide you on your Sim's knitting journey and show you which skill levels are required to craft certain recipes. We've never given visibility to locked Create a Sim items before, and I'm really excited to get this in game for our knittables. To help illustrate what I mean, here is a concept our UX team, more about them below, mocked up. I talked about this stuff in this morning's video, and I am glad that we can get a little preview, and yeah, it was actually exactly what I wanted to see, that we could preview what sort of clothing we would want our Sims to make, and that is cool that there's also the confirmation that they'll also show us which skill levels are required to craft certain recipes. So hopefully they can manage to do something very similar when it comes to items that are locked but are not part of the knitting system, but rather are unlocked through things like getting to a certain level of a career or partaking in a certain activity like the Spice Festival. Then you could also have it say that, oh, go to the Spice Festival and participate in this contest to unlock this shirt if you win. Moving on to the next part of the post, Sim Guru Connor says something like this felt absolutely necessary for a pack heavily focused on crafting clothing, and it helps our knitted clothing feel special and unique. Alternatively, you don't have to unlock any clothing for your household. Maybe you just enjoy gifting sweaters to others. Maybe you only donate socks to charity. Maybe you'd like to frog the entire thing and start again. Whatever the case, knitted clothing will stay in your Sims inventory until you decide what's best for it. I plan to devote a proper forum post on the other neat things you can do with knitted items at a later date, but for now, how about an early preview for some of the knitted clothing inventory icons? Spoilers below! So here are the ones shown on the forum post, and I like some of these, because when it comes to the adult clothing, I'm just like, okay, yeah, we have stuff like this. But it was the kids' clothing that really caught my attention towards the bottom. I really like the swatches that they have for the animal hat, and I love the toddler clothing at the very bottom. And I also like the sweater that is above the hat. I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be for children. And, well, there's one piece of adult clothing that I like. It's actually the only Create a Sim item that I voted for that is actually making it in. And I do like that Connor emphasized that the clothing's not immediately unlocked the instant you finish it. You can decide what to do with it, whether it's to gift to another Sim and that sort of stuff. So it does have a little bit more realism with that too. I think one really cute idea would be to gift a knitted sweater to a family member for Winterfest. That is definitely something I would love to do once I have the stuff pack. Getting back to the forum post, now I'd like to introduce Justin Allen, our UX designer for this pack. I did a little Q&A with Justin to give you some additional insights into the development process. Connor, can you tell us what UX is and what it means to be a UX designer? And Justin says, in short, UX, user experience, is designing the overall experience and flow within a game and its features. We work hard to design the experiences so that many different levels and types of players can enjoy their time while in the world of The Sims. I love knowing that I am part of a passionate team that strives to create the best experience we can for our players. I try to constantly visit YouTube channels and different forums to see what players are enjoying and what may be frustrating them within The Sims 4. I try to keep that knowledge in mind when designing feature flows. Then Connor asks, what were some challenges you faced while designing the Create a Sim Knitting Unlock system? And Justin says, the big challenge with the Create a Sim Knitting Unlock system was to make it visible and interesting without it being intrusive or overwhelming. We want players to see the locked items and feel encouraged to explore how to unlock the items. It was also important to us to create a system that could continue to evolve and be utilized with other features in future packs for The Sims 4. So it's good to see that they are still considering having the knitting feature available for future packs for The Sims 4. And I also just randomly thought that I hope that, when you go from the main menu to see what's in every single pack, well, hopefully with this knitting stuff pack, when you go to the Create a Sim and the objects portions, you can see that certain items are locked, because if they just showed the items that are locked from the start, then I think that could confuse people, and then they'll think, wait, why does this stuff pack have way less content than the other ones? But no, it's just that this pack works differently compared to the other ones that have released so far. Next, Connor asks, what is your favorite feature you have ever worked on in The Sims 4? And Justin says, I am pretty new to The Sims 4 team. I was working on some other projects within EA before joining Maxis. But I loved working on the Tiny Living stuff pack. It was a fun challenge to design the UI updates to build mode and a lot of fun to play. I am super excited by some things I'm working on that are coming in future packs, but I can't talk about those right now. Sorry. I am very proud to be working on a game that has such active and amazing players. I hope you've enjoyed this peek at what's happening on our newest stuff pack. I'd like to continue sharing little deep dive posts like this in the future, so keep watching the forums. Happy simming, Simguru Connor. I really enjoyed these deep dive posts, so hopefully we can get more in the future. And it does seem like we're getting at least something along these lines once per week, if not twice. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we'll get in the future. And I enjoy Tiny Living stuff. It's definitely one of my favorite stuff packs. I especially do like the Create a Sim clothing, which is kind of funny. It did turn out that some of the clothing does kind of fit in with the whole knitting theme. So I think it would be cool if some of the clothing from that pack could be integrated into the knitting system. And I do think that the challenge part of build mode was interesting and something pretty unique that we really haven't seen in The Sims, because yeah, sure, it's a thing for YouTubers to say like, oh, build within these limits, or just build with every room being just stuff from a certain pack, but nothing really imposed by the game that often. There are requirements for certain objects when you're building a venue type, for example, but nothing like, oh, you can only have this build be 32 by 32 tiles. I think that was a pretty interesting addition to The Sims 4. And that wraps up another Sims Info Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on all this new information in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!